Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ella and today I'm going to be talking to you about one of my favorite topics, which I really enjoy actually, is home organizing and how to make your home functional and have a home that is clean and works for you and your lifestyle needs. So the very first piece of advice that I can give you is to visually declutter your home. I feel like that is the most important things. If you feel like you have a lot of things that perhaps you don't use every single day and they are just standing there taking up space, or if you have a lot of stuff lying around, that is the first thing I can recommend is in organizing your home and the space around you is to put all of those things away into a space where you feel like they might function better, or back into the space where they belong. Perhaps you have some clothes out that on a chair that need to be put back into your drawer, or you just have some things lying around. I definitely recommend to declutter your space. The second piece of advice is to group some things around you. So perhaps I'll show you in a video. I always have some nuts out in my house and some honey. Instead of having them thrown around into different areas, I like to put them on a tray and it brings all of them together. And instead of now having 3 or 4 different things, it looks like you have one thing and it makes the space feel a lot more cleaner. Like this tray, for example, behind me, I like to burn some candles, and usually I have this on my stand in my bedroom, and those are my room sprays. Instead of having them scattered around into different areas, I just group them on a tray, and this way they actually look a lot more beautiful. They look like they belong together and it just looks a lot more clean. The second piece of advice is to invest in some velvet hangers. If you like to keep your clothes organized and if you would like for all of them to visually look better, then I definitely recommend investing in velvet hangers. They are by far the best when you have strappy tops, dresses, any kind of even shirts. I feel like wooden hangers or those plastic hangers, you keep having to always put your clothes back on them. They slide off, they fall off. It gets very annoying. It's time consuming, and velvet hangers keep everything in place. Also, when you have same hangers in your closet, everything looks a lot more visually appealing, a lot cleaner, and the items are grouped together really well. I've had my velvet hangers for 3 years now, and I haven't had any single one of them break. No issues with any of them. I feel like you just buy them once and you have them for a really long time. So I definitely recommend for you to invest in some velvet hangers. The other piece of advice is to have drop zones, and drop zones meaning if you're constantly coming in and you're just leaving your keys out on the table, then have a bowl in that area where everybody can put in their keys. Or if you are watching TV and you have several remotes that are all over the place, then you can have a tray and you can have those remotes grouped in one area as well. This prevents things from being scattered and very messy around the house, and rather brings them all together in their own designated drop zone. And a drop zone is also a very easy way to maintain the cleanliness in your home. So if you have one by your entrance, because I have one in my home, I know that we come in and usually we just drop our keys on the entryway, and putting a drop zone, a designated area for our keys, just ensures that it's right there when you come in. It's not an inconvenience, and everybody just drops their keys in there now, and they're nicely organized in one area. Another piece of advice is to clean as you go. So I know that people like to do spring cleaning and they kind of clean everything out once, and that's perfectly fine. I love to do a good spring cleaning too, but what I recommend is to clean as you go. For example, if you're cooking, I like to maybe wash up some dishes as I'm waiting for one part of the meal to prepare. Or if on a day-to-day basis, I like to vacuum my home because it is very important to me that the floors are clean in my house. I feel like it makes everything look very clean and put together. So for me personally, clean floors are the number one thing. So I like to vacuum every single day. I make time for it because I do it so often. I don't have to get under the bed every time or get under the couch. I can just vacuum my place quickly within 5 to 10 minutes, and that is something that I maintain every single day. Another thing that I do a few times a week is I dust, because I feel like if that is something that is getting piled up and then you are cleaning it, it can take hours. Like, dust collects very fast in a home. So the same thing, I like to have a microfiber cloth and I either apply some glass cleaner on it or just some water. And I like to go over and dust certain areas of my home, like under my TV stand, particularly because I feel like that's an area that gets dusty very fast. It is something that I do very often. And then when I am doing a deeper clean for my home, which I like to do once a week, it's much more easier and it's a lot less time consuming to clean my home afterwards because I'm maintaining it so well throughout the week. Another thing that I can recommend is for you to invest in a microwave lid. I know that this sounds so simple, but actually having a microwave lid has made my microwave, which we have been using for about 3 years now, brand new. When you look inside of the microwave, it is so absolutely clean, and it is only because of that one simple item, which is a microwave lid. Every time we heat something up, I already have it in the microwave, so it's very easy. It's right there. You just cover your food with it. And then every few days, you just rinse out that lid. And that's just such an important, I feel like, piece of advice, because the microwave in your home is something that gets used so often. And if you don't have a lid on it, food just ends up popping as it's heating up, and your microwave will get really dirty really fast, and it is extremely time consuming to clean it every single time, where a lid that you can just throw into the dishwasher, I feel like is a great option. It also helps to save you time, again, as I mentioned, in cleaning out your home, because you just wash that lid, you throw it in the dishwasher, and all you have to do is literally just gently wipe your microwave just for any dust or things like that, not even necessarily because it is so dirty. Another thing for organization, and I have one of my favorite kitchen drawer organizers, which is going to be the only organizers that I talk about today, because these are an investment, but they keep my kitchen drawers and my pantry so clean, and I absolutely love them. I use the OXO organizers, and I just have the big box that came with all sorts of the drawer organizers. There's some smaller ones and some larger ones, and when I tell you that I use these all the time, they are never put away. I always have something in them. They're very easy to clean and they are so functional. I use some to put my breadcrumbs in, some to put my rice, sugar, pasta, like anything. And instead of having a million different things in packets, which makes your drawers look so unclean, even if you just invest in a few of these containers for your essential things that you use perhaps every single day, maybe your flour, your sugar, whatever that may be, and you keep them in there. First of all, I feel like they're all clear, so it's very easy to see when you're running low on something. It's very easy to top something off. They're so easy to clean, and visually, which is one of the most important things to me in having the space around you be clean, is that visually when you open those drawers, they look so good, and it makes my eyes happy to see everything put in its own place like that. And the items that I store in them, again, because they're a little bit of an investment and there's some things that perhaps you don't use every single day, but the items I store in them are the ones that are the most frequently used in my home, which are breadcrumbs, pasta. I have flour, sugar, and everything is stored in those containers, and you just pull them out, you put them back. They are the best investment. I highly recommend, if you're going to purchase anything to make a difference in your drawers, it's definitely those storage containers. My last tip is to keep them in a basket. So I actually have one here. This is my throw basket. I got it from HomeSense, and I just feel like it helps keep my throws organized because I do have one on my couch, one on my bed, and like an extra one. So if somebody else wants to use a blanket over themselves, my daughter loves to play with blankets on the floor and on the carpet. And that way, when we're done, they're folded up because they do occupy a lot of space in the linen drawer. But to have them in the basket like this is very clean. And because the basket is so pretty, I also feel like it's aesthetically pleasing. So that just goes back to the point that everything should have its own place, and it makes your home so much more functional, and it makes your home work for you, because all of my tips and tricks can be definitely adjusted to your lifestyle. And I hope you take out of this video something that can be useful to you in keeping your home organized. And thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.